Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's the Fund Inspector here. Currently in Bangkok, waiting to get a train overnight, 14-hour train to Chiang Mai. So I'm going to film this video, get it edited and get it uploaded. That's the plan on the train. Now, having a great time in Bangkok. It's been absolutely brilliant. Highly recommend you guys to get over. What I'm going to do is just share some pictures here, have a look and see what the Fund Inspector's been up to. So, cue the background music of me singing. Do 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 do. Alright, that's a wrap. Right, everyone, do the usual stuff. Like, subscribe, all that nonsense. And let's just get straight to it. Let's talk investments, baby. This week the fund review is going to be Pershing Square Holdings, managed by Bill Ackmans, billionaire investor. Billionaire fund manager, sorry. This is an investment trust again, but it's one you can buy into. It's still got the same fees. It's got holdings as well we can talk through, so it is still relevant to the channel. It's well known, 10 billion in size, and I'd say Bill Ackmans in the top 5 most well known fund managers currently in the world. So let's get on to the ratings card. Excellent is Bangkok. What a place. Cheapest chips, good value for money, people are lovely, transportation is brilliant, very developed. Highly recommend you get over there here at one point. Second, a good rating is they don't have any in the UK branches, but Dairy Queen is unbelievable. It's like a cheap ice cream chain and it's good. So the product here is the Blizzard. That's the one I've been getting, and they turn it upside down to prove that the ice cream is nice and strong when you get it. Third, might be an unpopular opinion for people, is the Foo Fighters. I think they're quite overrated, to be honest. I would go and see them at a festival, but I wouldn't be paying £100 odd to go and see them in their own. Bad rating this week is international football breaks. I'm more of a person who likes watching club football, especially when the international team is Scotland under Steve Clarke. A bore fest, to be honest, and I am very much in the camp that Steve Clarke should be replaced for a little bit more entertainment, because we have got a good squad, Scotland squad, but just I don't think they're getting managed well, to be honest. And a terrible rating. Struggling to find a picture for this, but it's actually something on the flights I was getting, is the airport etiquette of leaving and disembarking a plane. Right, everybody knows that it goes row by row, you sit in your seat until it gets to your row and you go. It's a nice and efficient manner of departure on the plane. Planes I was on, getting all these people just standing up when the seatbelt sign's still on, standing up, getting their stuff, running down to the front, causing havoc, not an orderly fashion leaving the plane. These people, I'll tell you what, they don't deserve to be on flights. And you know, if you're listening and if you do this, change your ways. Right, let's get on to the cost of the fund. It's a 10 billion fund. He's charging 1.5%, 150 mil he's getting to Pershing Square Holdings. Actually, it's more than that because he's got a performance fee. I couldn't find it, but basically it's called there's a thing called a high watermark. So if he outperforms that, which is essentially a return, it might be like 10%, and anything over the 10%, he'll be taking that performance fee over if he makes that threshold. Don't know what it is because I couldn't find it, but regardless, that's just additional information. 1.5% is expensive. It's a 4. It's actually not. It's a 5. It's only got 8 holdings, so it's not even 9 holdings. Sorry, so it's not as even if it's a lot into it. Okay, right. Performance over a year has been bad. 4. Performance over 3 years, again underperforming benchmark S&P 500. 4. Now this is where Bill's made his corn, and I can see why maybe the short-term figures aren't great. It's because he likes to invest in sort of US companies that he feels that have got great valuations, more of a value type, and he'll aim for sort of long-term turnaround. So you'll see some of the portfolio, some of the holdings he's got. So 180% over 5 years is excellent. It is extremely good. So I guess a 1 rating. Now if we talk through the stocks, Alphabet, brilliant. So he's got 9 holdings. Sorry, it actually says 11 in the last, but it's because he's got 2 different share classes in Alphabet and he's got 2 different share classes in Seaport. Don't worry about that. It doesn't make too much of a difference for trying to understand the portfolio. The Alphabet holding, I love it. 1. Brookfield Corporation is a sort of alternative investment company, so it invests in a lot of like renewable energy and real estate, etc. It's done well over the past 5 years. It's up about 80%, so I quite like it. 2. Hilton I like as well, so just the Hilton restaurant, not restaurant chain, the hotel chain. So I'll give this a 2 as well. Now Chipotle is a funny one because it's been an excellent performer over the past 5 years. It actually performed that well that Starbucks basically stole, well, not saying stole, basically took their CEO off them and is paying him an absolute fortune to manage Starbucks. So this has been a great performer. The valuation's still okay. I wouldn't be buying it now because I think it's had a really, really good run. So I'm going to give it a 1 rating based on the 5 years, but I wouldn't add it to the portfolio currently. Restaurant Brands International. Okay, so this is the parent company. So some of the companies underneath that, like the brands that owns, is like Tim Hortons, Popeyes, Burger King. It's not been a great performer over the 5 years. For me, I'm not going to be buying it. I don't really like the valuation on it, so it's going to get a 3. Howard Hughes Holdings is a real estate company, and it's been an okay performer. Not for me, but so I'm going to get a 3. Foo Fighters. Now Nike, this is one I'm going to talk through here. I really like Nike. I think it's extremely undervalued at the moment. It's down at $70. Long term, this is going to recover, I think. It's got a new CEO in place. You've probably seen in LinkedIn all these posts about how the guy started off as like a sales assistant or something, has worked his way all the way up to the CEO. I think it's undervalued, and I'm going to give it a 1 just because of the valuation. I'm going to talk through that now. Okay, Nike. So it's 104 bill market cap, a very low beta of 1.03, basically moves in line with the market, so not much volatility there. Price earning ratio is quite high for what I would expect for Nike because it's not really a growth company, it's more value. I would say it's more of a value name. 21.86 is a bit pricey. It's got a dividend yield reasonable, 2%, and if you look here over the 5 years, it's down 30%. It's had a pretty poor year as well, down 30%. Year to date, down 5%. So all the signals are basically saying don't buy this, but I think it can. I think it can rebound. Now I'm going to take a decent weighting in that, to be honest. Canadian Pacific is a railway company. It's like rail infrastructure in Canada, I think. So to be honest, it's been a good performer. It's 45% up over the past 5 years. I don't actually know too much about it, but I looked at the sort of just the normal sort of measures and ratios that I would normally look at, and it looked okay. So 3, and then Seaport basically got a tiny holding in this, 1.24%. I don't know enough about them, so it's going to get an NA. Oops. Okay, and then overall fund rating, right, costs are high in this one, not performed amazingly over the past 3 years or 1 year. Like I said, it's probably expected. Over the 5 years, a lot of these plays I think will come to fruition, and I think this is probably going to go up again. I like it. I'm going to give it a 2. The costs are a wee bit too high for me. I would get a 1 if that performance OCF was down at like 1% and the performance fee was less than that, maybe 5%, 5 to 10%, 16%. I think it's quite pricey, but Bill would argue that, well, look at the 5 year return you're getting, you know, it's better than most, and it's justifiable, the fees. So the percentage of the portfolio, right, Fund Inspector is going to hammer this thing, 15%. I like it. Right, I hope you enjoyed the review on Pershing Square Holdings, managed by Bill Ackman. Get onto the channel, give it a like, give it a subscribe, tell all your family and friends, whatever. And remember, keep talking investments, baby.